Good morning, Bitcoin and trade devils. Got my semi-regular weekly update for Bitcoin here. I don't remember if I did last week or not. I don't think so. Anyway, so wanted to get a Friday update out this week because we've had price action, so it's a worthwhile update. Let's go ahead and bring it up real quick. And just full disclosure, I haven't had a lot of time. I've been really rushed today. Haven't had a lot of time to prep for this, so it's going to be a little bit more, let's say, less planned of a video here. So just in general, where have we been? Let's catch up. Reverse all the way back to when I first got onto the old Twitter and started making videos that were not just private. We thought that perhaps we had an A, B, and that this would be a truncated C, and that was a key flaw in our thinking. Truncated zigzags are super rare, but this kind of felt like one, especially with this price action that's all janky. So we thought we were going to potentially one down, two up. We weren't, right? So then after that, after we decided that we knew that we were not in a simple zigzag, meaning that we had to, complete at least, let's say this was a truncated C and this was somehow an X, but it wouldn't have been. Whatever it would have been, we knew that we were in for a pretty significant more up once we broke this, especially when we broke it the way that we did. So at that point, depending on your trading time frames, for me, and what I think most of crypto is, you're trying to trade waves like this, waves like this, waves like this. Then your bias becomes long. And so many guys, even in our members here, are always looking for the short still. The trend at your trading degree is what matters. And if your trading degree is for moves like this, then you're then at this point your bias is long. Now at the largest degree, yeah, the bias is down, but the trend is up right now. And we're going to be testing that macro, that old macro I've been pounding the drum about pretty soon here. So where are we? What do we got? So once we broke this, your bias should have flipped long. Then we were expecting resistance at this level. I mean, we've had this. You guys have seen this giant blue line on my chart forever now. And then we had this resistance zone. Consolidation under. And not to mention this 50 that I said was so important on Bitfinex, because it's pretty clear to me that there's big money algos in play here, right? Of course, we're kind of knifing through this 618 right now, but there could be some chicanery going on out there with the old Bitfinex. Who knows? Anyway, you expected resistance here for a multitude of reasons. And then when you break it, you would typically expect to sort of pop. And that's what we've done. So last night I was looking at this just because I honestly, I don't trade Bitcoin that much because the alts read better and give better results typically to me. But you guys love it. So of course I want to keep it update, and this is like our dollar index kind of thing. So we gotta focus on Bitcoin. But last night I was looking at it because I didn't have an update. And I was thinking that this could potentially be a flat playing out here, just due to the look of this. But I think that it has turned out to be more like I expected. Let's see here. Let's bring in the video from last week, or the last video I did for you guys. So this is what we were looking for. I thought that potentially that was a 1-2 playing out there, leading diagonal. It didn't necessarily turn out exactly like that, but it doesn't look too much different now, does it, fellas? We don't have a crystal ball, but, we can get an idea sometimes. So this is what we did on our last video. This is just a screen grab, and yeah, this is still the macro. See that? That is the macro. Anyway, and of course, you see that this is up here, and I think I drew this here because I have the A, B, C count. See, the C's over here. Just I'm sloppy. Where the correction turns. Is finished and turns down here. But of course, I also have it up here. Which, remember, this was the primary. This is where the B is marked. This is the primary. But this is the next potential. For me, area for it to swing down. The first one way back when was down here, and then the next one was always here. But this is still the primary, I would say. So looking back over here, we see this chart. None of that's moved. None of this is actually moved either. We just kind of got lucky that price is there. But what's going on? This, to me now, let's get this guy off. Although this is an important fork for you, fellas. I would say it's more along the lines that we had a, this would be the 1, 2, 3 coming down 4, and we're probably going to strike that median. I'm so surprised. I didn't think we were getting this median ever. But you know what? That's just the way the crypto market goes, especially the corn. So we're putting on some high probability extensions. Let's go ahead and get rid of these fib levels here. Don't need this. Sorry, guys. Like I said, not really prepared, but I wanted to get this video out. Ooh, that's a beautiful, probably strike of the 886. TradingView, hello. Almost. So, yeah, nice deep retracement after the leading. I would say this is more of an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just like sort of like we had this as a leading diagonal, but it looks more like a funky impulse. So 1, 2, working on 3, 4, 5, right? And I think I started to say that last night I thought that this could be a flat, right? This could be the start of a flat. We had a nice sharp down for the A, which you expect in a flat. We had a B that was coming up to a high level, and it was showing divergences. And right around here, we were getting close to the 90%. Thought that potentially we could have a B come down, and that the 4 of this degree would actually be down here. But it's just it's very bullish underlying trend, guys. It's just right now it's bullish, so it doesn't offer great entries as far as high probability retracements and things like that. The 4s, these wave 4s have been far less painful. They've been pretty painful, right? But they've been far less painful than I was expecting when I told you guys to be ready for a long time of sideways, which we have had here, but feels like longer than it looks here. But right now, I would say, without getting down and counting the nitty gritty, 1, 2, this is probably 3 done here, 4, 5, right to the high probability, and then 4 will come down potentially. I don't know, here or something. You'll have to channel it. What's going on? My degrees are all messed up. Let's change these. Yeah, something like this. I might expect this 4 to really be pretty sideways, but these haven't been. So, but we have a sharp correction here. I would hope for a flat here. We haven't been showing a lot of alternation here. It's been a lot of sharp moves. So do we get one coming up? Not sure. But what we should look for is just high probability retracements. I know we haven't been hitting them. And if you're a full-on bull and you're looking for a long, which, we're getting kind of toppy here, but this could be a nice play here. I would say don't be long here. I would say don't be short here. If you really have a high degree of confidence in the median line, and I could very well give you credit if you did, but if you're trading at, if you're a good trader, typically you're trading with the trend at your trading degree. So to short for a wave 4 is just not my cup of tea, but you can do what you want. So yeah, I think that this is where we are here. I would like to take a look real quick at Coinbase and just, all the fuckery going on over here at Bitfinex. Let's just look at Coinbase. Pretty same actually. Pretty same. Not much difference. Looks like I threw a different channel on here. For the, I'm not sure what I was projecting. This is not an Elliott channel. This is just a channel, and as you see, it's been pretty good. So doesn't mean we won't break it, but yeah, I would say Bitcoin same. So all the fuckery going on over at Bitfinex. We still have the, of course, these are more of a satisfying retracement depth on these, ending around the end of the previous 4s. And yeah, so count doesn't change at all. Honestly, 2 weeks, count doesn't change. What's the next play? Let's talk about that real quick. So right now the play has been a long, right? So if you're long, you're good. If you're not long Bitcoin, you're long EOS, potentially Litecoin. I've shared with you guys here on Twitter and in the public eye that the EOS long, but members, you guys saw the Litecoin long setup I showed you. So you have every opportunity to be long in this market right now. If you're not, that's unfortunate, but don't FOMO. Look for the next trade. So we're gonna come up here, finish this 3 potentially at this median line. If you want to short this, go for it. More power to you. But to me, the next long would be at this low. Look for high probability retracements. Look for clarity of count, et cetera, et cetera. So, and again, I want to remind everybody that my bias for the bear market being over, we are bullish at this trading degree. And so as far as trades are concerned, as far the trades that I would be involved in are long right now. But when it comes to the macro degree, we have to break this area. Depending on your exchange, the price is different. I want to break, let's show it here. I want to break all of this resistance right here, which we're going to come up into, and but we need to break it. We need to break above it. We need to break above it, and then we need to come down and test it. And then once it's rejected at the test is when I'll flip my bias. Did I want to load bags at the bottom of where I thought the bear market was? Yeah, sure. So if I'm wrong and this happens, that sucks. But I remember a year ago I never thought Bitcoin would see 8K again. So loading up at 6,500 on Bitfinex, which would I don't know about you, I'm loading up somewhere else. It'd be less money. It's not all that bad. So. If you are sad because you're not going to get the bottom of the bear market, the bottom of the bear that we've been projecting, I disagree. I think you still will get that bottom, but if you don't, you still get the load up here. And if we hit all these crazy projections, 50K, 100K, a million, you're still going to be very happy at the end of it. I don't know if we will hit those projections, but I think all-time high eventually are certainly in play. So getting a little long-winded here, boys, but just wanted to give you a Bitcoin informal Friday update. Really, the count hasn't changed. Considered other options along the way on the micro, but it looks like the last one we had, which was this one, held up pretty well. So do we turn over here? Again, that is not the primary. Looks like we're getting a little higher projection for this, so then these are going to move up, but macro doesn't change. Projections, of course, they're rough, so they generally always change. Price always has, you always move your targets a little bit. But yeah, that's where we are, boys. Toot signing out. Toot signing out in a moment. Anyway, let's see. Where the hell is where's my OBS? There it is. All right, toot out.